The early decades of the 21st century are increasingly defined by a profound and multifaceted rivalry between the United States and China. This competition extends across economic, military, and diplomatic spheres. However, its most dynamic and potentially consequential front is technology. The US-China tech rivalry is not merely about market share or scientific prestige. It is a fundamental contest for technological supremacy, which both nations believe is critical to their future economic prosperity, national security, and global influence. This struggle is reshaping international supply chains, influencing geopolitical alignments, and setting the stage for the next era of global innovation or perhaps fragmentation. The intensity of this competition draws frequent comparisons to historical power struggles, raising concerns about a new form of technological Cold War. The roots of this rivalry are complex and have deepened significantly in recent years. For decades, the prevailing wisdom in Washington was that China's economic integration into the global system would lead to political liberalization and a convergence of interests. This assumption has been challenged by China's rapid technological advancement, its assertive industrial policies, and its ambition to become a global leader in critical future technologies. The United States, long the undisputed global technology leader, now sees a formidable challenger in China, a nation leveraging its vast market, state resources, and strategic focus to close the technological gap and, in some areas, surpass American capabilities. The US-China tech rivalry is being fought across several critical technological domains, each holding immense potential for economic growth and strategic advantage. Artificial intelligence, or AI, stands out as a primary battleground. Both nations recognize AI as a transformative technology with applications spanning from autonomous vehicles and healthcare to advanced weaponry and surveillance. China has explicitly stated its goal to achieve global AI leadership by 2030, investing heavily in research, talent development, and infrastructure. The US, while still a leader in fundamental AI research and home to many top AI companies, faces growing competition from Chinese firms that benefit from vast datasets and strong government support for rapid AI adoption and deployment across various industries. Semiconductors, or microchips, represent another fiercely contested arena. These tiny components are the bedrock of the modern digital economy, powering everything from smartphones and computers to advanced military systems. The United States has historically dominated key aspects of the semiconductor value chain, particularly in chip design and advanced manufacturing equipment. However, China, heavily reliant on foreign chip imports, views semiconductor self-sufficiency as a paramount national security and economic priority. In response to China's technological rise, the United States has implemented policies to protect its leadership and address security concerns. Tariffs and trade restrictions target high-tech products, aiming to rebalance the economic relationship. Export controls restrict China's access to critical U.S. technologies. Visa restrictions for Chinese students address concerns about intellectual property theft. The CHIPS and Science Act boosts American semiconductor research and manufacturing. These policies form a strategy to navigate the challenges of China's tech rise. China, in response to U.S. policies and driven by its own long-term strategic vision, is aggressively pursuing a multi-pronged approach to achieve technological self-reliance and global leadership. A cornerstone of this strategy is a series of ambitious national initiatives backed by substantial state investment. The Made in China 2025 plan, though less emphasized publicly in recent years due to international scrutiny, laid the groundwork for upgrading China's manufacturing capabilities and achieving greater self-sufficiency in key high-tech industries. More recently, specific plans targeting critical sectors have come to the fore, demonstrating Beijing's unwavering commitment to its technological ascent and its desire to overcome perceived vulnerabilities to foreign pressure. A significant recent development is China's Metrology Action Plan, aiming for disruptive technological innovation in metrology by 2030. This plan specifically focuses on critical areas like chip manufacturing technology and quantum-scale measurement, intending to address existing shortcomings in China's metrological capabilities. Artificial intelligence remains a central pillar of China's technological ambitions, with the stated goal of achieving global AI leadership by 2030. This ambition is supported by state-backed ecosystems designed for rapid AI adoption and progress. The global semiconductor industry has become a central battleground in the US-China tech rivalry, with microchips assuming the role of a critical strategic asset, akin to oil in the industrial age. The United States has long held a dominant position in crucial segments of the semiconductor value chain, particularly in sophisticated chip design and the highly specialized electronic design automation software necessary for creating complex integrated circuits. Companies like Synopsys and Cadence, along with Siemens's Mentor Graphics, control a substantial portion of the global EDA market, including over 70% of China's share. This dominance provides Washington with significant leverage, which it has increasingly utilized to curtail China's access to advanced chip technology. Recognizing its vulnerability to foreign technology, particularly from the US, China has designated semiconductor self-sufficiency as a top national priority. The Chinese government is channeling immense financial resources and political capital into developing its domestic semiconductor industry, from design and fabrication to packaging and testing. This national drive aims to reduce reliance on imported chips, which currently constitute a massive expenditure for the country, and to build indigenous capabilities that can compete globally. The competition for technological supremacy between the United States and China extends deeply into the realm of human capital. The ability to attract, train, and retain top scientific and engineering talent is recognized by both nations as a critical determinant of innovative capacity. For many years, the United States benefited significantly from an inflow of international students and researchers, including a large contingent from China, who have made substantial contributions to American science and technology, particularly in fields like artificial intelligence. American firms, especially in AI, have become highly dependent on Chinese-born researchers, whose share in domestic institutions has, in some analyses, outpaced that of US-born researchers. However, this flow of talent has come under increasing scrutiny and pressure due to escalating geopolitical tensions and national security concerns. The US government has expressed worries about intellectual property theft and the potential for espionage, leading to stricter visa policies for Chinese students and scholars, especially those in STEM fields or with perceived links to Chinese state or military institutions. The May 2025 announcement by the US State Department to revoke visas for some Chinese students, building on a 2020 ban, exemplifies this trend. Enhanced screening for future student visa applications from China and Hong Kong is also planned, reflecting a more cautious approach to academic and scientific exchange. These visa restrictions and the broader climate of suspicion have significant implications. The intensifying US-China tech rivalry is not confined to laboratories and research institutions. It is sending significant ripples throughout the global economy and catalyzing profound industrial transformations within both nations. The ongoing trade war, characterized by tariffs and counter-tariffs, has disrupted established supply chains and created economic uncertainty. While intended to address trade imbalances and protect domestic industries, these measures have had mixed results. One notable consequence of the trade and tech tensions is the impact on employment, particularly for new graduates. In China, the economic uncertainty exacerbated by the trade war is reportedly contributing to a graduate jobs crisis, with employers reducing graduate roles. This underscores how geopolitical frictions can translate into tangible economic hardship and affect the career prospects of a new generation. The US-China tech rivalry has profound global implications, impacting science, innovation, and international relations. Countries and corporations navigate a complex geopolitical landscape. Nations face pressure to align with US or Chinese tech, risking market fragmentation. This could lead to reduced interoperability, higher costs, and slower innovation. Expert opinions on the rivalry's outcomes vary widely. Wendy Cutler focuses on the complexities of US-China trade relations. Rory Truex suggests US policies might strengthen Beijing's position. These perspectives highlight the difficulty of predicting long-term consequences. The global scientific community fears negative impacts on open science and collaboration. The technological rivalry between the United States and China defines the 21st century geopolitical landscape. It's a contest for leadership in AI, semiconductors, quantum computing, and robotics, driven by economic ambitions and national security imperatives. Washington's policies include tariffs, export controls, and the CHIPS Act. Beijing aims for self-reliance with initiatives like the Metrology Action Plan, and 2030 AI leadership goal. The stakes are high, influencing global science, economic stability, and international relations.